Number 7, solve the equation log to base 3 of x minus log to base x of 3 plus 3 is equals to 0. In such a question, we need first of all to ensure that we have the same bases. Here we have 3, here we have x. So we need to achieve the same bases. We need to know that if we have log to base a of b, if you want to interchange the bases, then we introduce the reciprocal. We'll have log to base b of a. So this is what we'll apply either here or here to ensure that we have the same basis. So we'll have log to base 3 of x, I've copied, then minus 1 all over log. The moment I introduce reciprocal, 3 becomes the base. Then here we have x plus 3 is equals to 0. Now that at this particular point you do not know what the log to base 3 of x is, we can let log to base 3 of x be any unknown letter, for example, y. So everywhere there is that, you replace with y. So here we put y minus 1 all over y plus 3 is equals to 0. Then to remove the fraction, we multiply everything by y. So y is a single term, so times y, 1 over y multiplied by y, 3 here multiplied by y, then 0 multiplied by y. Then we'll obtain y squared minus 1 plus 3y is equals to 0. Now you rearrange it nicely so that we can have a quadratic equation. Y squared plus 3y minus 1 is equals to 0. So what you do, we use a quadratic formula to solve, or you can use any other appropriate formula. So quadratic formula says that if you are looking for y, then negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, where for this case our a is the coefficient of y squared. Then we will have a is equals to 1, our b is equals to 3, then our c is the constant negative 1. So we substitute in the formula. So y will be equals to negative b, so that will be negative 3 plus or minus the square root of b squared. Our b is 3, so we have 3 squared here, minus 4 times a, then times c, which is negative 1, all over 2a, and our a is 1. So here we'll have negative 3 plus or minus 3 squared is 9, then here negative 1 times negative 4 is 4. So we have the square root of 9 plus 4 all over 2. 9 plus 4 is the square root of 13, so plus or minus root 13 all over 2. So what you do, you find the square root of 13, then we'll find negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 13 is 3.606, that is to 4 significant figures, then we divide by 2. So there are two answers to that effect. One is that y is equals to negative 3 plus 3.606 all over 2, that when you work out, you'll be able to get a positive 0.303. Then secondly, y is also equals to negative 3 minus 3.606 all over 2, that when you divide, you'll be able to get negative 3.303. But remember, we were asked to find x and not that. So what we do, we will say, we had said log to base 3 of x is equals to y, and y is 0.303. So to be able to find x, you write in index notation, whereby the base in the log remains to be the base, and the value after the equal sign becomes the power 0.303, then that is equals to x. So that first value for x, you take your calculator and you say 3 power 0.303, then you get 1.395 to 4 significant figures. Then the second one, you also say log to base 3 of x is equals to negative 3.303. You do the same, write in index notation. 3 power negative 3.303 will give you that value of x. So you say 3 power negative 3.303. That gives you 0. X is equals to 0.022655. That is to 4 significant figures. So you can say hence X is equals to the first one here 1.395, or X is equals to 0.02655.